Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the American Doofus Show. I'm Barry Welsh. I'm your host. Tonight we do NFAC by the numbers. The NFAC's the Not Farging Around Coalition, a black militia led by Grandmaster Jay. And they've done 2 formations so far. And let's look at those by the numbers. Before we do that, I want to thank everybody that has subscribed. Everybody watching right now, I ask that if you haven't subscribed, please do. Share this with your family, your friends, and like and comment, please. By the numbers, the first formation was Stone Mountain, Georgia. And the numbers have been questionable. 250 people to 2,500 people showed up for this event, depending on reports. So actual numbers, we're going to say unknown. July 25th, Louisville, Kentucky. Second formation for this militia. Reported somewhere between 500 and 3,500 people. Men and women showed up as part of the NFAC in Louisville, depending on the report, depending on who you believe. They weren't actually counted, I don't believe. If they were, I'd like to know the actual number, but actual number, unknown. Now, before I do some more numbers, today is August 4th. And that is 1 month from July 4th. So in less than a month, the NFAC went from unknown to pulling off 2 major formations. I'm just being objective here. To me, that's impressive. To others, it's dangerous. And to still others, it wasn't enough. Back to the numbers. Total membership of the NFAC, it's unknown. Initial goal of the NFAC, number 4. Now this is my interpretation. I think the initial goal of the NFAC is 100,000 members, 75,000 active and 25,000 reserve. I'm basing this on a video listing the number of weapons needed to adequately supply a significant militia this size, and the numbers Grandmaster Jay referenced in that video of 75,000, 25,000 reserve. I think that's probably the goal. I'm reading into it again, and this is my interpretation of what he said. I think his goal is to get 100,000 members in the first year, maybe 100,000 in 6 months. I don't know. Again, this is just my interpretation, but I believe that's the initial goal. 100,000 members, 75,000 active, 25,000 in reserve. Now, this episode is called By the Numbers, and it appears that all the numbers are unknown, but are they really unknown? Because I don't think they're unknown. I think the answer each time is actually enough. Let's go back to number 1, July 4th, Stone Mountain, Georgia. How many were there actually? The exact number is unknown, but there were enough there. There were enough there to do what they came to do. And in the end, that's all that really matters. July 25th, number 2, Louisville, Kentucky. From 500 to 3,500, actual number, exact number, unknown. But again, enough. Enough to do the job. Enough that if something bad were to have happened and all hell breaks loose, the Louisville Police Department would have had more than their hands full. So there were enough of them, regardless of knowing the exact number or not. Number 3, the total membership of NFAC is unknown, but thus far it's been enough. And the initial goal of my projection of 100,000, well, until proven otherwise, that's going to be enough. And so I don't think it should be devalued of what these men and women are doing. Now, back to numbers. Number 4 is the number of weeks that Grandmaster Jay gave to the Attorney General of Kentucky on the steps of the courthouse in Louisville, Kentucky on July 25th. He said in 4 weeks, we'll be back and we want answers, or they're going to burn this MF town down. And he didn't say he was going to, or the NFAC was. I think he was referring to the citizens of Louisville that have had enough. And as far as burning in Louisville, well, it happened last night, as you can see from this brief video from one of the live streamers. I want to give credit to one of the live streamers I follow in Louisville. This is from a young gentleman named Maxwell Mitchell, who's a fairly well-known live streamer in Louisville. Last night, late at night, setting stuff on fire in the middle of the streets. Louisville's getting fed up, and we are basically a week and a half away from when Grandmaster Jay said NFAC would be back in Louisville in 4 weeks. So that means we get basically 2.5 weeks to go, and Louisville's on fire. Something else that happened Sunday, this past week, just a couple of days ago, the Attorney General of Louisville, who's in charge of the case, got married and is departed on a 2-week honeymoon, if my information is correct. So that means he'll be back a week before Grandmaster Jay and NFAC are supposed to be in Louisville. And if there was some urgency in getting the Breonna Taylor case solved, it would seem that this wedding and subsequent honeymoon doesn't convey that urgency to me. But again, this is just my opinion. Another number, and actually it's another date, August the 12th. Now this is 10 days before NFAC is supposed to return to Louisville. And on August 12th, Grandmaster Jay has said he's going to disappear from social media. That would make sense 10 days before a major operation. But we've got to just keep all of this stuff in mind. Louisville, there are some people in Louisville that are ready for it to burn. We've seen the video. I said the video came from a live streamer named Maxwell Mitchell that I've been watching for a very long time. And he's part of the peaceful protests. Supposedly the people setting the fire in Louisville were not part of that group. They were part of a different group. What that group is, I don't know, but time will tell how things are going to play out. It's just each and every day we draw a little closer to that time. August 22nd, 4 weeks. That Saturday that is anticipated to be the return of the NFAC to Louisville. And it comes back to another date, one final date, August 28th. August 28th is the mass march on Washington, D.C. And I would think with the historic value of that, with the attention drawn to that, I would think that NFAC would want to be a part of that march as well. So one final number of membership. Is it enough? Is it enough to substantially show out in Louisville, and then enough to substantially come back and show out in Washington, D.C. Just a short time later? Only time will tell. Until we learn otherwise, until it's proven otherwise, each and every time thus far, and this is just an observation, this is just based on what I've seen, but Thus far, every time the NFAC has shown up, it's shown up with enough. Time will tell what's going to play out in Louisville. Time will tell what's going to play out in Washington. And we're going to keep watching and keep reporting. And thank you very much for doing the same, for watching. I ask that, again, you share this video, that you subscribe to the channel, that you like the video, and you pass along the link to your family and friends, post it on your social medias. My email is the American Doofus, I'm sorry. The email is just americandoofus@gmail.com. And thanks again for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. Make sure you take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll be back real soon.